Okay, Thursday, 31st of October, 2024. So, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Thoughtful Thursday, philosophy and musings from life. Do we have destiny or free will? I don't know, but. So, I've heard this argument in different ways in terms of physics and all the rest with regards to superimposition, imposition, all kinds of things, and we're a victim of all kinds of impulses and chemical reactions and forces of nature. But at the same time, do something and things happening in the world, and we have inhibition and desires, and we can choose to do this or choose to do that, and whatever else, so consequentialism and beyond. Now, I don't know. Truly, I see. Yeah, I guess, compelling reasons for both sides of the argument. Fair enough. I've heard more compelling reasons just by coincidence and circumstance of destiny. Fair enough. And then, looking at patterns and seeing things consistently, and that's a whole other conversation. However, I do know one thing. This is something I realised about a year ago easily. If you do nothing, you get nothing. Now, if that's free will or destiny, I got no idea. You could argue for either. So, for example, I'm thirsty. I want a glass of water. Oh, I'm thirsty. I want a glass of water. Well, the water's back there. Easy stuff. It's a simple gesture. Easy action. Or even stand up. Just stand up. No, I don't want to stand up. No. But then that itself kind of shows that, well, it's all in your head. Maybe. What am I missing? Because then you could say, well, if it's a simple action, get a glass of water, stand up, or even give me $10. Give me £10. Or subscribe. Click a button. That's it. Such a simple action. First principles. Simple action here, then we can expand onto the bigger things in life. Then what's stopping you from just standing up, getting a glass of water? And then you can say, oh, excuses, this, that, this, excuses, which is understandable. But then you say, well, where do you draw the line? You got all these excuses, stand up, whoop, just why didn't, then you could say, well, you stood up eventually, why didn't you do it when I first asked you? What took you so long? A small action like that, or a glass of water. Well, you got one eventually. What took you so long? Why didn't you do it straight away when I asked you, when I commanded you, or when I requested you, or insisted, or just simply made a suggestion, or even when you mentioned it? Oh, I'm thirsty. Well, why didn't you do it then? Oh, this and that and distraction here, this and this and that and this and this. Excuses, or destiny. Or is it our own mind saying, it's decision, this obstacle, this distraction, this task first, this and that and this and this. Where do you draw the line? And say at this point here, right there, that's the distinction between free will and destiny. Because you're just thinking of excuses. Otherwise, you would have done it straight away. I'm thirsty. I'm going to get a glass of water. Don't know. Stand up. Done. Things like that. Okay, fair enough. Because by definition then, if you do nothing, you get nothing. I do know that if I stay here all day, I'll be in trouble. I'll miss the flight, or whatever else. Oh, I won't do this, I won't achieve this, won't achieve that. If I don't do my Spanish lessons today, I will lose X and Y and Z. No input, no output. And the question fundamentally is, where does that input come from? Because the process and the output is obvious, chain of events. But here. Now, then I would say, well, it's your own initiative. Because you could also say, right now, I can't get the flight to Colombia because that's going to leave in 10 minutes. But the flight to, Ushuaia or Buenos Aires leaves in 12 hours. Oh, I've got plenty of time for that. So then that means then, when you expand the logic and follow it seems then the answer is more nuanced. The answer is in the question. Interesting thought. Because then you could say, well, because those two are the possible answers that people always argue about. No one argues about, or how many carrots we eat per day. No one's saying that argument. It's these two. Then by definition, then is it a combination of the two? Because, as with the flight example, I can't get the flight to Colombia because it leaves in 10 minutes. I can't get to the airport fast enough, can't get through airport, check-in, security, and all the rest fast enough. But the one to Buenos Aires leaves in 12 hours. I've got plenty of time. I can leave casually now, get an Uber and casually get to the airport and wait and casually this and casually that, and I can do it. Exactly. So it seems then we have some realm of free will within a defined space of destiny, so to speak. I can't get the flight to Paris right now because that's flying, that's flying now, taking off now. But the flight to Buenos Aires, I can. Do you see what I mean? Or right now, the swimming pool is open, yes, but the games room isn't. So I can't go to the games room, it's closed, and the cinema is closed on the building, but the pool is open. Okay, so that means I can do whatever I want. Or if I really want, again, it goes into that water and stand-up analogy, I really want something, I can find a way to get into the games room, get into the cinema room, by going over here, talking to people, booking things and waiting and documents and whatever else and paperwork or password, and then I can enter the room. So there seems to be a certain realm of limitations, and there's always some room to bounce around, so to speak, do what you want. The glass of water is a good example. And there's water here, there's a tap here. It's not very far, it's an easy, simple task, takes seconds. So if I'm really thirsty and I really want something to drink, then I can get a glass of water. Again, standing up. What's stopping me from just standing up right now? Just standing up. Now, anyone who's sat down, why not just stand up? Excuse. Is it here or is it in the realms of limitations? But then it's a simple action. So within reason, like with the swimming pool, like with the cinema, like with the flight to Buenos Aires, it's doable. It's possible. So what's stopping you? Where's that line? Now maybe I'm being very pedantic and being very specific and technical and exact, but that's the way I see it. I don't know truly, free will or not. But from a pragmatic point of view, which I like to be pragmatic, I know that if I do nothing, I get nothing. I'm thirsty, but I will continue to be thirsty unless I get a glass of water. I know that if I don't try hard to get into the cinema room in the next, or let's say the cinema room, for example, or the games room in the next hour, or the next 60 minutes, whatever, if I don't try hard to get access to it, don't try hard to get the password, then I'm not going to get inside. You do nothing, you get nothing. Now again, is that free will, destiny? No idea, but it's a very pragmatic answer to it. You do nothing, you get nothing, and something I learned about a year ago, actually, nearly 2 years ago now, you've got to be in it to win it. If you're not even trying, then by definition you get nothing. If you're not even trying to get a glass of water, making an effort, then by definition you get nothing. 0 plus 0 will always equal 0. You put no effort in, you get nothing out. You've got to be in it to win it. Powerful stuff. And it seems a bit of both. And it seems to be, as I said earlier, the answer's in the question. Because no one's talking about how many carrots they eat per day, or even, I don't know, how much pasta they eat per day, for example. No one's talking about those things. It's these two questions, free will or destiny. Then that kind of implies they're both equally important and they're both equally relevant. And then you could say it's in the middle. Like as I said earlier, you've got this realm of destiny, as in circumstances, and that you can bounce around in terms of free will. For example, a glass of water or not, getting a flight, standing up, going to the cinema room, and beyond. That's my pragmatic way of looking at it. Now, of course, I can learn new things and change my opinion in a year or 2 or 3 or 5, by all means. But that's an interesting way to look at it right here, right now. And well, that's my thought on the topic. And interesting nonetheless. But otherwise, Adrian's Daily Vlog, sharing smart stuff mentioned now. Subscribe for more, and you will see me tomorrow.